The United States has evacuated all personnel from its embassy in Tripoli as violence intensifies across Libya. CCTV's Jim Spellman is joining us. And Jim, will the U.S. be closing the embassy permanently?
There's a lot of very careful language being used here. The U.S. says that it's not closing the embassy, but rather that they're temporarily relocating personnel until the situation changes. The move happened early Saturday under heavy security provided by U.S. Marines with air support, including U.S. fighter jets and surveillance planes. The operation took about 5 hours, about 150 people altogether at that embassy that have been moved to nearby Tunisia. U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry says the diplomats will return as soon as possible.
A lot of the violence is around our embassy, but not on the embassy. But nevertheless, it presents a very real risk to our personnel. So we are suspending our current diplomatic activities at the embassy, not closing the embassy, but suspending the activities. And we have moved people on ground to Tunisia, where they will then disperse to other places where we will continue our diplomatic activities in Libya.
In September of 2012, the U.S. diplomatic mission in Libya's second biggest city, Benghazi, was attacked. 4 Americans died in that attack, and the Obama administration faced intense criticism over how they handled that incident. They clearly don't want to take any chances now, and the White House says that President Obama personally approved the evacuation, Susan.
Well, Jim, what has triggered the intense fighting?
Since the revolution that ousted Muammar Gaddafi back in 2011, Libya has seen heavy fighting between government-backed militias and Islamist militias. This has intensified over the last few months. Various factions have failed to form a stable government. Much of the recent fighting has been centered at the international airport in Tripoli. Fighting there has heavily damaged the airport and destroyed a multi-million-dollar airplane. The airport's about 5 kilometers from the U.S. embassy, and the fighting is the main reason the U.S. cites for suspending its operations there at the embassy. Some other countries, like Turkey, have also closed their embassies recently, but other countries have kept theirs open. For instance, China's embassy is not far from the U.S. embassy. They remain open. China is a friendly country of Libya. They condemn the violence and says they would be willing to work with the international community to help find some sort of peaceful solution here, Susan.
All righty, Jim Spellman reporting. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.